Hi, beautiful. Welcome or welcome back if you've been here before. I am going to do a reading today for the 1010 portal. When I'm recording this, it is the 9th of October, so tomorrow will be the 10th of the 10th month. So it is a portal day, but whenever you find this reading, it might resonate. Time is not linear, so sometimes the energies apply at different points for all of us. We all perceive everything differently, including time. So even though tomorrow when I'm recording this, the next day will be the portal day, you can sometimes feel the energies of any transit or any activation point before, during, or after. So I have been feeling the energies of this portal for the last few days, and now I'm going to try and put it into words so it can make sense, interpret the energies. Okay, we have that one and that one. I have been feeling it more physically than I have energetically, but yes, energetically and emotionally and mentally as well. Okay, let's read the cards and see what comes through, and let me not just speak it off the top of my head. We have the Four of Swords, and I think many of us have been feeling that we have been needing more and more rest, and it's almost like you can't get enough rest. You rest, but you still need more rest. And we are being called to radically self-care. Yesterday was Sunday, and usually on a Sunday I do a self-care, self-love reading, and I didn't get to it because I was too busy self-caring and self-loving, if that's a word. So maybe some of that will come through in this reading, but we are needing to rest more and more. And rest can look different. You know, rest can mean quieting the mind. And as I say that, my attention is being drawn to how extremely strong the wind is where I am today. And wind is air energy, which is mental energy, and also change. Winds of change, so that wanted to be said. But yes, rest can be resting the mind, getting out of the mind space and overthinking and analyzing and strategizing, and meditation is a good way to do that. And meditation doesn't have to be sitting in easy pose and doing a mudra and being silent. Rest can be resting the mind can be doing an activity that is playful and fun, that you keep yourself busy, but you're not thinking about negative things or obligations and responsibilities and future and past, and something that gets you into the present moment. Resting your mind can be many different things, but I'm also getting that we need to pay a lot more attention to our bodies, and feel into our bodies what needs rest. Do we need to lie down? Do you need to walk more? Do you need to stretch? Resting the mind and resting the body is coming through. And I'm being drawn to the window here, and the clouds outside. For some, you might need to sleep, and for some, you might need to go outside. And if that's not possible, just look out your window and see what you see. Notice the trees, notice the wind, notice the sunshine or the rain, whatever you're experiencing. Notice the birds, notice the trees. But yeah, we are being called to radical self-care because as the wind is blowing, there's so much change happening at such a rapid pace that we are needing to put more into ourselves than, because we are energetically, mentally, emotionally, and physically doing so much and going through so much change. So we really need to put in back to ourselves more and more and more. What else is there? Okay, I want to read from the book for this card, which I don't normally do. And it says, for the Four of Swords, the struggle is real and you're goddamn exhausted. You've been putting time and energy fully into all the outer aspects of your life, like friends, your relationships, or your job, and you have forgotten to take care of yourself. You are worn out, so take a break, relax, close your eyes, meditate, take a nap, do what you need to in order to recharge. Okay, I needed to pause there to go outside and get my bird and close the door because the wind got that strong. And when I paused, the timer said 6:42, which is 6:6, and that number seems significant. The number of balance, harmony, compassion, love. So yeah, let's continue with the reading. We also have the Wheel of Fortune, and I like to think of it as the Wheel of Destiny. But I feel like someone's fortune is about to change. If you were at the bottom, you're about to be at the top. Something is about to change. There's someone at the top of the wheel here, and there's someone at the bottom of the wheel here. So someone's fortune is about to change. Life never stops moving forward. This golden wheel of fortune is all of life, with its many cycles of ups and downs. We see the alchemy of the entire world through the symbols of Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus, each representing fire, water, air, and earth. And this is something that that's been coming to my awareness more and more often, is that if you're into astrology or you've heard about astrology, we always just look at our sun sign and maybe even our moon sign. But we are all earth elements, we are all the zodiac signs, and we are in a process of embodying more and more of our full, true, higher selves, which means that you're not just a water sign and just emotional and sensitive. You have many other aspects to yourself, and we are embodying it more and more. So Leo is a fire sign, Scorpio is a water sign, Aquarius is an air sign, and Taurus is an earth sign. And you might want to tap into one of the other aspects. If you know that you are usually in your head a lot, you might want to ground and tap into earth energy. Do something that connects you to the earth. Or if you're always in your fields, and you need to tap more into your fire energy, whichever one, or maybe there's more than one, that is something that you might want to look at. It's just embodying more of the other signs, more of the other energies. This helps us become more balanced. There is mystery and the unknowable in the letters on the wheel, as we don't always know why things happen the way they do. But the cycle is what it is, whether we're at the radiant top or the abysmal bottom. Shit happens. It can feel like it doesn't make sense, it's unfair. Or perhaps you're at the top and you just can't believe your good luck. And sometimes that's all it is, pure dumb luck. It's your task to understand that when goodness comes, badness will inevitably follow, and vice versa. Just ride it out. And this is all a matter of perception. Nothing lasts forever, the good or the bad, so appreciate everything. And I think it's really important to realize that we don't have to be victims to circumstance, victims to the wheel of fortune. There's a way of energetically bringing yourself to the center so that even if in the external world, in your 3D life, you're at the bottom, if you can draw your consciousness to the center outside of your circumstance, then it makes it easier to deal with being at the bottom. And if you're at the top, it helps you to ground more and show up in a humble yet confident way, more centered, so that you don't fall from grace. Yeah. And we get better with this each time we take a cycle around. When you're at the bottom, you learn something. When you're at the top, you learn something too. We have the 10 of Wands. So we're probably all carrying a lot right now. And I've been having physical back pain, and not necessarily carrying as much physically, but energetically and emotionally. But Wands is fire energy, so it's like probably carrying a lot of things that we want to do and things that we feel like we should be doing. And some of us also just take on a lot of creative things because we feel passionate and driven. But a lesson here is also that just because you can do everything, even if you're really good at it, doesn't mean you always should do everything. What else is there for the 10 of Wands? So this is about being overburdened. So this lady is literally doubling over, and I feel like the universe is speaking to me through this card. Being hunched over and carrying so much that you end up being in pain. And she's carrying all these wands. She can't even see where she's going. So taking time to rest and meditate and be still allows us to let our higher selves in the universe direct this process, and gives us an opportunity to reflect, or even not even just reflect, put down some stuff. How are you spending your time and your energy? Are you thriving and doing well under pressure because you're used to carrying a heavy load? Because eventually you'll feel it eventually. Or are you feeling the weight of everything that you're carrying? Do you need more support? Are you open to more support? Can you lend someone else more support if you are at the top of the wheel? And then we also have the 5 of Wands. And again, everything is perspective. The 5 of Wands can be, having challenges, but challenges that help you grow, because they are sort of training. They are not fighting with swords with the aim of unaliving each other, or causing fatal harm. They are, you can see that they don't look like they're under stress or pressure. So this is like challenges that help you to grow, that motivate you and inspire you. So maybe it's a good time to look around at what things are challenging but detrimental, and what things are challenging but they foster growth. and they will help you get to the Six of Wands, which is a victory. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Tower. I feel like we are all experiencing sort of a global tower, but also individual personal towers, and that can look like money, it can look like relationships, it can look like everything. What else do we need to know for the 10-10 portal spirit? We are having wands and swords out here. So I'm getting the feeling that, or the sense that change is inevitable, and what we are doing now is facing fears and realizing that we don't have to live in fear and live in struggle and strife, and adjusting to how to do that. No, wait, postpone, pause, say no. And this is also like tower energy. There's lightning in this card here, and then there's lightning here. So there's something that we need to wait, postpone, pause, and say no about. And then we have deep replenishment, rest. Okay, so the no is say no to anything that is going to cause you to be exhausted, whether that's mentally, physically, emotionally exhausted, anything that's draining you. If you're not certain about, if it's not a full body, soul, heart, mind, yes, then pause, postpone, take time to rest, and then you'll know if it's a yes or a no, if it's a maybe. When things are changing rapidly, we might need to go slower so that we can adapt and be flexible and pivot where we need to. And there are some things that by now, after having tower moments, and I'm sure we've had more than one, you already know some things are a no and they've got to go. And again, like I said in the beginning, it's time for deep replenishment, radical self-care and self-love. Rest, retreat, and be held. Be held. Be with people in spaces and do things that make you feel happier, that make you feel more alive, that feed your soul, that make your heart happy. We can't only go with what's logical and practical. Our heart and our mind needs to align. I feel like we always feel like we need to isolate, and sometimes that's absolutely necessary if there aren't any safe spaces and the people around us is just causing us too much stress, or we just need to be by ourselves. But we are also needing to heal in safe spaces, and our hearts and minds and ego needs to know that it is loved. Even though you might know it, but you need to feel it, and you need to have experiences with soul family, with people that understand you and get you and support you, and you can grow together and build together with. So call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. It's time. If you've been going through a lot of difficult things on your own or feeling alone, you'll know if you are at this point. And you can set intentions to call in your soul family. But I also feel like when you are energetically at that place, it almost automatically happens. And all you have to do is not resist it or self-sabotage. When there are people that come into your life that are supportive and loving and of the same high vibrational frequency that you are. I think I'm going to close the reading off here. I didn't think the reading was going to go in this direction. I wanted to speak more about the energetics of these portal days, but I guess that's not meant to come through in this reading, and this is what we are needing to hear. I'm going to read this card, the Soul Family card, but I also want to mention that we do have a new moon coming up on the 14th. and I will probably do a new moon reading before then, so look out for that. It is time to call in your soul family and support team, and your support team can be ancestors and higher light beings, angels and guides, but we are needing to connect. That's why we are here, to connect and spread and share love. People who get you at a soul level, people who are the same kind of weird as you, people who are your chosen family, they are coming and they are looking for you. If you haven't found them yet, this is a sign that they are close by. But in order for them to find you and recognize you when they do, it is important that you stop dimming your light and truly let yourself be seen. And this is authenticity. And often we need to overcome fear to be more authentic, which is probably something you've been experiencing, facing fears about money, facing fears about how you look, facing fears about what people think about you, facing fears about just a lot of aspects of who we are and how we live. If you have already found them, then you are being called to let them support you and perhaps also assemble a wider support team. Your support team can consist of all types of people, such as a therapist, a coach, a mentor or healer, and family and friends, a partner, whatever. Tune into what kind of support you need now. Okay, I think that's where I'm going to end this reading for today. I want to pull one more card. I think it's always nice for us to have something to look forward to. So let's see if we can get a message or one card for what possible blessings or things we can look out for that is coming into our lives right now. The universe is being vague. This is not a time to play it safe, but to be safe and to know that you are safe. There's new beginnings, maybe even a birth for someone, a child, or just birthing something new in your life. Again, this is like the soul family card, family, friends, and guides, and maybe transformations in our relationships, transformation in our emotional, how we show up emotionally, and how we connect with our spirit, our soul, the divine. So I guess that's all we need to know, is that this is a 5 and a 1, which is a 6 and a 6. I did say 6 earlier. So this change is going to bring new beginnings into our life, and I'm drawn to that there's a path here going out of this beautiful garden. So either you're coming into this beautiful garden or you're going out into the world. This child is beaming sunshine. If this is not actually conceiving or giving birth to a child, your inner child might just be really happy right now in its innocence and purity, and maybe even in a vulnerable state where you really need to nurture and take care and protect yourself, love on yourself, and allow yourself to be loved on. I am going to end the reading there. I hope this was helpful. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. It really helps to keep doing this type of thing. We are all called to service in one way, and doing these types of readings and these types of things is as much for me as it is to give back in some way. And interaction with the video helps me to pick up on your energy, and is also just an energetic exchange to show appreciation if you are still here at the end of the video. But thank you if you have interacted with the video, and I hope to see you again in another one.